Okay, so we are doing page 230, number 5, which is compound interest using the amount of $1 table on page A11. So we need to find page A11. All right, so flip back and make sure you have a mark there or something in your book so you can flip back to that as you need to. All right, so A11, maybe a little dog ear or something so that you can flip back to it, okay? So it says to complete the table. So we're doing number 5 here on this table, and the original amount is $900. So what letter does that correspond to? Yes?
So that would be principal.
That's your principal. The principal for number 5 is $900. And the annual interest rate is 5.50%. It's compounded quarterly. And the total time, well, I'm running out of room here. I'll do it this way. The total time
2 years.
is 2 years. And we're supposed to find the number of periods, the amount, and the compound interest. Now, the reason this problem is set up like it is because they're trying to get you to do it in order. Okay? So the first thing we want to do is 5A, which is the rate per period. 5A, which is the rate per period. I'm actually going to put the 2 years up here. So we want to do 5A, which is the rate per period. Okay? So how do I figure out that?
So I did 5.5% over 12.
5.5% over 12. Why'd you pick 12?
Well, that's what it said in the book, and that's where I think I went wrong.
Yeah. You said, I mean, on the practice problem?
Mm-hmm. And so I thought it was like that for
No. No. So, what's the period here?
Like time period?
Yeah.
2 years, and it's compounded quarterly.
Yes, that's the time period is 2 years, but which is the period?
3 months.
It's 3 months. Okay? Does that make sense, Lark?
Mm-hmm.
So because it's compounding quarterly, after 3 months, it's going to calculate, we need to calculate the interest after 3 months.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? So we need to do a rate per period, which is going to be 5.50% over,
3.
4.
it's actually over 4.
Oh.
Okay? It's over 4. Okay? The reason is,
Periods per year.
yeah, if it were annual, we would do 5.50 over 1. Right?
Right.
But because we're doing it for just a fourth of a year, quarterly, we're doing the interest rate over a fourth of a year. So let's see here. On their example 1 on page 228, if we look at step 2, they have a better formula here. So I think it'll make more sense. So over here on step 2, example 1, it says the rate per period, the rate per period is equal to, what does it say? You see where I am on step 2?
Annual.
You had it.
Annual interest rate.
Are you here?
No, I just wrote it down, and my handwriting was really bad.
All right, take a look at the book.
And then under it is number of periods per year.
All right, so it says the annual rate divided by the number of periods per year. So this is probably the trickiest part, is making sure you get the right, the right part of it. We want to make sure we understand it's quarterly, and so this is why this is a 4, because there's an annual rate divided by the number of periods per year. If it's compounded quarterly, remember, once, twice, 3 times, 4 times a year. Right? So there are 1, 2, 3, 4 times 4 different periods per year. So this is going to be equal to, you might type this in for me,
It's 0.01375.
0.0.
Yes, 1375.
You did the percent. Do it. You change it to a fraction.
Okay.
Don't change it to a fraction this time. Just do 5.5 divided by 4.
That would be 1.375.
1.375. And the reason, you're not wrong. What you did was you made it a fraction instead of a percent. But in the table, it's going to be this way. So I want it in this form, okay?
Okay.
Yeah, so my problem was, one, I didn't understand what goes on the bottom.
Yeah.
And then two, I got the 4 and then instead of the 3.
I got it.
Yeah.
Do you understand now? We got it? All right. So then we need to do 5b, which is the total number of periods.
So that'd be 4 times 2.
5b is 4, the number of periods per year. Look how the units are going to work out. Periods per year times 2 years. My years cancel, I'm left with the periods, and I have 8 periods.
Mm-hmm.
So that's 5b. Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, can I say what you do next?
Yeah, please.
So you take your rate, your 1.375%, and you put that use that on the table,
Uh-huh.
and you go down to 8 where you see 8,
Yep.
and you find that number, and you take that number and you multiply it with your principal.
There you go. So let's go back, let's go to that table. So now I'm back on this table here on A11. It looks like this. A11. And so he's right. We're going to go in this table, and the first thing we want to do is go across and find the percent that we just calculated, which is 1.375. It's right here. And then we calculated the number of periods, and so it's down here, right there. And what'd you get?
1.11544.
1.11544. Actually, for every problem we've done so far, it's been this number, right?
Yeah.
That's going to change, right? So we need to get all of these decimal places, because if we don't, we'll have a rounding error, okay? What this is going to do is make sure we have enough decimal places to get all our pennies for almost any problem, okay? All right, so we take this number, and this is how much interest $1 would earn over this period. That's what this number means. It's how much money, what $1 turns into over 2 years of 5.5 interest compounded quarterly. That's what this number means. So if we got it for $1, to do it for $900, all we have to do is just multiply it by 900.
Okay.
Okay? And can someone do that for me?
That is $1,003.
Oh, 1,003. Okay?
And 90 cents.
And 90 cents. And we round to the nearest penny.
Yes.
Okay?
Mm-hmm.
And that's it for 5C. So then we come back here. I lost my place. To 5D, right? So what do they want us to do next for 5D? Oh, 5C, this is the amount. Okay? So 5D, they want us to calculate the amount of compound interest. How do I do that?
You take your number from the multiple. So you take that $1,003.90 and you subtract it from 900.
Well, you subtract the 900 from that number,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Which is 103.90, right?
Yep.
And that's your answer for 5D. 5C is like here. 5B was 8 periods, and 5A was 1.375%. It really is easier than the other method with the exponents and all. But you got to make sure. To me, this is the hardest part right here. Okay.